CJ, come on board. Oh wait, pal, you okay? What's that front say?
True.
Brill. Bird seed, isn't it? It is, isn't it? In terms of you, you know, it's going to be really important that through the summer you get the right balance between rest and then your work. Mentally, how do you feel? Good?
Yeah, feel good mentally,
from what you've just finished with the season?
100%, yeah.
Brilliant. Because you've had I think it's your first real season. Have you surpassed your own expectation?
Yeah, compared to the first season I was definitely think I've done a lot better. I think I'm gonna get better anyway, so I think it's only way up from here.
Yeah, I just learn the game, understanding what you've committed to, the functional part of the team, and it's just what we spoke about when we did the contract. It's just getting that end product. Once you get that, you're going to be flying. But it's going to be really important how we base out and how we get it based out now. We've got during the summer. Guy who you've met, how did you find the test this morning?
It was tough. It was tough.
Why? Which one? The 4-minute one?
Yeah, the 4-minute one and the first 3 minutes, and then after that I was alright, to be fair.
Yeah, because you're that type of player.
Yeah.
So, but it's quite a tough test, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
See, we've got data from, you know, like the original yo-yo test that was just running. So we then looked at it and thought, well, if you could do the same distance but put a ball in so that then you're sort of slowing the guys down, so that when they have a touch they've got to spin off left and right, and that's what it's been designed to do. But we've got like 6 or 7 years tested on that, so it's like more of a football specific. So the first day you come back, we'll sort of get a gauge on where the boys are at, you know. But through the summer we run a programme, so there'll be 10 different sessions. So when you go away, you just got to commit to sort of 4 of them sessions through the summer, and that's just sort of a gauge to where you're at, a flagship to where you're at. DT can say, listen, Siege, just do a little bit more of this work. A guy might say to you, just do a little bit more strengthening. So it's just sort of gauging steps. So when you book your holiday, all you got to do is just let Futch know, and then he'll book you in for the dates that you'd be available. Just like Rosie's then just told me he's away, I think on the 14th of this month, so he'll do the 5th and 7th. That period, get 2 days in, and then it just gives you a gauge and it gives us a gauge. That makes sense?
Yeah, I know.
But it's just really important that you get the balance right between that rest that you're going to need the next 2 to 3 weeks. So you're fueling yourself mentally, physically, and then bang, because honestly, mate, next season with DT's out, you're going to be a machine. You're going to be a machine, you're going to have more strength, you're going to have more power, you'll be able to jump higher, you'll be quicker, you'll be more powerful. That's the bit with you, the potential is massive. And you know that. You know that. You're a learner, you're a listener. I've loved working with you. You energise me. Even when I've left you out in the teams, you've gone, no problem. But I know I've got to do, you've come on and made maximum impact. So every step of the way, the work we've done in here, you've took it on board. I just think, because there's so much for me to do from when I started, and there was so much work to do. Next season's a clean slate. It's going to be a case of, and we get the training ground, you'll have probably more impact. I think Mal's impact's been the biggest in the training programme, and now I've seen him shift his mentality to him committing. He's now doing over another kilometre more than he was doing when I first come. So you can see with Mal that things are happening for Mal, that he feels comfy in it, he feels confident in it, and he's got that belief in himself. But he's got fitter, and he's got more conditioned. So it will make big rewards for you. You know, the training programme we've got. Any questions for me, mate? Anything you?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. Obviously next season, obviously getting hard, getting the work done, resting.
Close this season down though. In your head, just go, shut it right down, because next year it just starts again. But what I don't want you to do is have any overspill or any, overthought to next season. You've had a brilliant season. You've given everything you could have give. You've committed to absolutely everything that I've asked of you since I've been in, and the last manager. You've committed to the thing the whole season, and you should be proud of that. But once you shut it down, have that thinking time, have that relaxation time, and then when you come back, we hit it hard. We start back on the 25th, so we've got a base week, 5 days base week. Then you go Saturday, Sunday off, families, and then we'll go Portugal Monday to the Monday, and really that's a prep week for that. Base out, Portugal, tactical, physical, technical, game start coming, gameplay. by the time we hit here, our first game, wow,
yeah,
you're going to be ready.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, last season pre-season,
yeah,
how did you find it?
I felt like I'd done very well myself. Like I scored 3 or 4 and set up quite a few, and then obviously I didn't feel as fit, but I felt like I was more productive in what I did with my end product and that.
Okay.
And then obviously, then not playing until October was a bit harder for me because obviously you have a good pre-season, you expect to at least be involved, but then you weren't, so I was a bit.
Yeah, because the review we're getting from sort of last season's pre-season was one of, we sort of didn't work hard enough, or we didn't train hard enough.
I don't think we did enough like physical work. We done a little bit, but not as much. Like it was all with the ball, so it was a lot easier. Like you could take your time on the ball, and like not really like it depends how much you want to get out of it.
I don't think with that intensity though.
No.
So that's what will change. We'll build that intensity through some smaller sided work in the first 2 weeks, and then we just build out from that. But the big thing for me is building anything successful is that foundation work. That's going to be your key.
Yeah.
So really, how you prepare for the summer and what you commit to in the summer, rest to work, that gives you that starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a fit boy anyway, do you know what I mean?
I think
but I think you'll get so much out of that pre-season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You'll get so much out of it because it is football specific, decision making under intensity, challenging environment, all the things that you've already responded to, you'll respond to.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you, mate, because since I've come in, you're one of the players that's committed to it more than most. And you know, I appreciate that, I value that, and that just builds that trust up that me and you're going to have for our careers, you know what I mean? Top man, Siege.
Thanks, Gav.
Thank you for it.
So you
take that, and then when you get your holidays booked and your dates, just synchronise that, and then like that we work with DT and Guy. It'll be done here. It's like Jordan Gray. He'll do 8 of them sessions.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not really playing in football this season, so he'll do loads of them sessions. You get.
I'll probably try to do all of May. I'll probably do most of them because I'm not far from it. Like,
I know, but just be careful.
Yeah, I know.
Just get that. Again, speak to Futch on it, and he'll guide you on that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
thanks, Gaffer.
Thanks for everything, Siege. Brilliant, mate.
Thank you.